It will hurt. It will take time. It will require dedication. It will require willpower. There will be temptation. You will need to make healthy decisions. But I promise you, when you reach your goal, it will be worth it.
Strength.
Aggressive. Physical contact.
Elegant violence.
Intense.
Teamwork.
Big family.
Love.
Rugby's a culture.
Juniata Hellbender women's rugby allows girls to be athletic, strong, confident, and aggressive without apology. To us, rugby is a place where we are supported, accepted, and strengthened by the teammates that surround us. We asked our girls to elaborate on this, and these were their answers. So what is rugby?
You get the ball.
You do.
And then you try to go in your direction with the ball.
The right direction.
Yeah.
Go the correct direction.
Don't go the wrong direction.
And you want to touch the ball down in the try zone.
But people will hit you hard.
And there will be many distractions along the way. Not as many as football. No. We do not stop like football does.
Similar to football? No, it's not. Okay. Rugby is soccer with your hands.
So rugby is awesome. A brief description of it, basically the things that people care about. You pass backwards, because it's not football. And
like football.
You hit people, and it's awesome. And there's this camaraderie, and that's rugby.
We believe that rugby is just inherently better than other sports.
Compared to other sports, I would say rugby, it can be like more intense, but also it can be like safer compared to like football, because with football you just tackle anywhere on the body, like there's head-on-head collisions, but with rugby you're taught to tackle well, so that's like a difference compared to like other sports.
I played soccer and I swam for most of my life, and I loved them. I do love them still, but it's a whole different level of like actually having to work with people, like because I'm in the scrum and like you just have to be there and like listen and actually be a teammate.
Having someone who I didn't really know that well even just like invite me to hang out with the team, and then like I just felt like I clicked a lot faster with the other teammates, and I feel like they're more inclusive, and like because like on softball everyone had their own little cliques and everyone had their own little best friend and everything that everyone was with, but here I just feel like I don't feel like people favor other people over each other. Like I just feel part of the team.
Cheerleading was like really weird because in cheerleading everyone's like, oh my god, I want to be like really, really tiny and like just itty bitty. And then rugby is like, it's all about like muscles and like oh my god,
healthy.
Yeah, being healthy. But it's not so much like I want to look like that. It's more like I want to play like that.
While speed and strength are important components in a rugby player, different skill sets are more valued for each different position on the field.
I think it's different because all the positions are different, and so you have different like skills that you contribute to the team as a whole, and you have to figure out how your skills are beneficial for the team in comparison to like others. So there's a lot more communication, I feel, than other sports.
It kind of helps monitor how body image is kind of described, I guess. Because when you're developing, you start to create like schemas of like things, and if you start to put like only skinny women in your schema of women, and then you start to develop into someone who's not skinny, then you start to like, ugh, what's my body? But if you start developing around other women who are also confident and multi-weighted people, I guess, like when there are multiple different weights and everyone's there, it's diverse. It really helps shape how you feel about yourself.
Before playing rugby, it was always like, you're a bigger person, so you can't keep up with everyone else. But playing rugby, it let me see that people of all different shapes and sizes can play, and there's like a position for everyone. So you might not fit one thing, but you can do something else.
we need all sizes of girls. It'd be just, and then as a team, we need to grow stronger.
I feel like it focuses more on the strength that you can have, not like how physically thin you look. It's just it's like the power behind you.
Yeah, you definitely want to be physically fit because you don't want to let your team down during games by not being able to tackle people or run the entire time. Like collapsing the scrum. Only happened a few times.
15 players in 15 positions. No two are alike, but all working hard for the same goal.
They try to score the ball, and the other
Score the
team
ball,
doesn't
win
want
the
them
points.
to do it.
Take the game.
It makes you want to be stronger. Like the strength that it makes you feel like you have, that makes you crave more. So then you that kind of pushes you to do the, healthy part of it, which is
you want to be stronger than the other team, you want to be faster than the other team.
The support and respect that the girls on the team have for each other is strong and unique.
It's like having a really, really intense family. Because, like, no matter what, that they've got your back. But there's also some times where they piss you off.
It's a really good support system.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You always have someone there.
In general, I think the bond between teammates is a lot stronger because we're much more, for lack of a better term, handsy with each other, especially in the scrum. You're forced to be in such close contact.
It's like a family, and I get to get along with them and talk to them about problems that I have.
As a team, like, we became really close, like, it becomes family-esque. So, like, you get like all these friends and all these great people along with being able to play a fun sport.
I feel protected. Like, it feels dangerous at the same time because how intense the sport is, but I feel so protected because I have all my teammates.
I understand feeling protected because even off the field, like, everyone's there for you.
I feel loved by a lot of the team, so it's nice to have those people that you can go to.
This is a group of friends that are going to be with you for the rest of your life.
Because most people aren't exposed to rugby in the United States, rugby welcomes everyone, even those who have no rugby experience or knowledge.
I mean, I didn't know what rugby was at all until like 3 practices in.
I actually learned what the game was because before I really didn't know what rugby was.
When you go to watch it and you know nothing about it, it looks really complicated, but then you go to learn it and it's very easy to pick up on.
It's like a mentoring, growing experience. And I've been playing for 5 semesters now, and I can tell you maybe 2 penalties that actually exist in rugby. I'm still learning things.
We were pretty nervous on our first day time to practice, but then it was a lot of fun.
And then our first game,
oh, so nervous.
We were even more nervous. I don't think I've ever been more nervous.
And then you hit that first girl, and it's like,
oh, I can do this.
While rugby isn't for everyone, it's really not as scary as it looks.
I thought rugby was a lot more intimidating when I first started playing it. I think it's, once you get onto the field, it's really a lot less scary.
If you do it right, if you play well, then you're not going to get hurt.
You don't get hurt.
It's fine.
It's not about
getting hurt.
pain.
It's about just kind of
skill based. You want to knock them down without hurting yourself or them. And I mean, that's a skill.
I think it gets a lot more heated on the field, and it's a lot more aggressive on the field between teams, but afterwards, tension doesn't remain. And I noticed, when playing soccer, you'd still be really pissed off at the person afterwards that, I don't know, stepped on your heel or accidentally cleated you. But, with rugby, it's just kind of at the end, you're like, it was fun. It was nice beating the crap out of you. I'm glad you got to hit me. That was fun.
What female rugby players often find outside of the team is a misunderstanding of what rugby is actually about. Sometimes we find that people underestimate our capabilities until they actually see us play.
You play rugby? That's it. That's the reaction every time.
Well, you wear padding, right? You wear a helmet. No, that's not. We don't do that.
That's cool. Not a lot of people play that sport.
Yeah. Or why? Why would you do that?
That's also a thing.
That was my doctor's response.
My dad was very excited because he played rugby, so he was all about that. And, you know, when you tell other people, they're kind of surprised at first because I guess they have an image of a rugby player in their head, and I don't know for that.
My favorite reaction is, "But you're so pretty," or "That's hot," and I'm just like, eh.
Neither are valid reactions to that.
There's usually two different reactions. Either they think it's totally awesome, or they think that you're totally insane. A lot of people don't believe you at first, or like really understand like what's involved in rugby, since it's not really big in America.
I'm kind of like small in size, so people are kind of surprised. I know like my friends would think it's surprising, and when I first told my mom, she didn't know what the sport was, and she was like, didn't want me to die or anything.
My grandma cried whenever I told her I would join the women's rugby team. She's like, "You're gonna die." She just started crying. I was like, "Oh, grandma."
It was kind of awesome because like you get like underestimated, and then you get to prove them wrong, and like the looks on people's faces are very satisfying.
The base is you have to be aggressive. You have to aggressively go after the ball. You have to aggressively go after the tackle.
Girls are, especially as far as like their body image, I feel like society definitely degrades that opinion, makes girls feel like they're weak because they need to look nice, and they need to be like fragile little angels or China dolls.
You don't have to be a pencil. Like, I mean, I'm not a pencil, okay? I have curves, I have hips, I have thighs, I have a butt, okay? Like,
as opposed to those people with no butts.
It makes me realize that you don't need to be size 2 to be beautiful. Because you look really beautiful on the field.
We feel that women's rugby promotes the confidence to be unapologetically strong.
It's built my confidence as a girl, as a female. Like, I can actually be aggressive.
Girls can be strong, girls can be athletic, and they can be violent.
I think that a lot of times we push down our aggression, and I think that it's a healthy thing to get it out in positive ways, such as rugby or another sport.
It's definitely a lot of fun. It's fun. It's a good way to like lash out on your, like, it's like a good stress buster too.
It's
like
great stress relief.
It is great stress relief.
people underestimate other people a lot, and that's what gets people mad. And that's why you play rugby, and you hit other people, so you let that anger out. That's what you do.
It's really self-empowering.
I never could have imagined myself playing rugby, and then now that I play rugby, I could never imagine myself not playing it and being part of a team when I'm here at Juniata. I think it's a great sport, and you don't realize how much fun it is until you're actually playing it.
If you can do well at rugby, you can do well at live. Everybody wants to do well at live, right?
Rugby's the best sport on the planet. I don't know why you wouldn't play it. Well,